Hello, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reading you a true crime story, and it is called The Murderer, Danny Wood. Like most serial killers, Daniel William Wood had an insalubrious start to life. Born in British Columbia in 1955, Wood was the son of a heroin-addicted prostitute who overdosed when he was just 12 years old. By then, Wood had already spent 2 years on the streets, running away at 10 and supporting himself through petty thievery. That inevitably brought him into conflict with the law, and the boy spent most of his youth being shuttled between various juvenile facilities. Eventually, he graduated to adult prison. In 1979, Wood decided it was time for new pastures. Buying a Greyhound ticket, he struck out east to Calgary. Shortly after his arrival in that city, the police discovered the raped and strangled body of a homeless woman, hidden under an abandoned van in an alleyway. Suspicion fell on a stranger who had been seen in the woman's company, but before the police get round to investigating, Danny Wood quit town. Wood showed up next in Smiths Falls, a small town in the vicinity of Ottawa. During his brief stay there, a disabled woman reported a rape by a man matching Wood's description. Once again, Woods did not stick around long enough to answer questions. He headed for North Bay, Ontario. Inevitably, death followed. On July 10, 1980, Claude Ouellette returned to the North Bay home he shared with his girlfriend, Micheline St. Amour. When Micheline didn't answer his calls of greeting, he went looking for her, coming to a dead stop in the bedroom when he noticed a trail of blood. The trail led to a closet, which Claude opened with trepidation. Crammed inside was Micheline's naked body, blood oozing from several puncture wounds. An autopsy would later determine that she had been stabbed 27 times. She had also been raped. Despite early optimism of a quick arrest in the St. Amour murder, the trail soon went cold. Meanwhile, in New Liskeard, Ontario, just a few miles north along Highway 11, another tragedy occurred. On September 19, 1980, 18-year-old Julie Fortier alighted from a school bus and promptly disappeared. Despite a sustained effort to find Julie, she would remain a missing person until 1990, when her decomposed body was found in an informal dump outside of town. But that was in the future. In the present, the specter of death still haunted the towns lining Highway 11. 32-year-old part-time prostitute Sharon McCafferty was found in a motel room in Timmins, Ontario, on October 7th. She had been raped and strangled, and her killer had then hacked open her chest in a jagged crucifix pattern. Danny Wood was working as a laborer in the area at the time, and after a witness put him in McCafferty's company on the night of the death, he was arrested and charged with her murder. However, he was acquitted at a trial, and investigators failed to recognize the startling similarities to other murders in the area. In the spring of 1982, Wood was in Toronto when 19-year-old Jenny Isford was raped and strangled, her body left crudely displayed on a neighbor's lawn. Less than a month later, the body of Christine Prince was discovered in a wooded area on the bank of the Rouge River. And with police becoming concerned about the possibility of a serial killer working the area, a third body was discovered, that of Judy Ann Delisle. Like the other victims, she had been raped and strangled and sexually mutilated. This time, though, a witness came forward with an accurate description of the killer. The description led police inevitably to Danny Wood. Danny Wood tried and convicted Delisle murder and sentenced to life in prison, and matters might have rested there had Wood not contacted the prison authorities in August 1982. According to Wood, he had some valuable information to share. His cellmate, Fernand Robinson, had boasted to him about 15 murders he had committed. Robinson had described the killings in great detail, and Wood now shared those descriptions, including details that only the killer would know. The only problem with Wood's story was that Robinson had been in prison when most of the murders were committed, which left only one explanation as to how Wood knew so much about the killings. He had committed them himself. Danny Wood has never been charged with any of the murders he described, although the police now believe that he is responsible for at least 15 violent deaths. He remains incarcerated at a maximum security facility in Saskatchewan. Thank you for listening. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing and liking my channel, and I will see you on the next one.